Okay, so what happens is, if you are a teacher teaching after this COVID-19, then you need certain skills, right? That means you have to need a skill like creating visually engaging contents. Then only you can engage your students and far more better than ever. And you need to acquire certain skills to use a collaborative tools. We know that there are a lot of collaborative learning tools are available, and how to use such type of tools, that is another area that we need to focus. And also we need to integrate the new technologies like uh, augmented reality and visual reality and virtual realities are there, and also how to use the simulation tools. There are a lot of simulation tools available, and how to integrate those type of tools in our teaching and learning activities. And also, as a teacher, you need to know about the different digital learning platform and how to use this type of digital learning platforms. We know that different types of digital learning platforms are available to manage all the teaching and learning activities. And also, for a 21st century or a teacher after this post COVID-19 must have a skill to create interactive contents. So not merely creating e-content, but you have to develop a skill to create interactive content. Then only we can engage these students and these type of learners and far more better. Okay, so uh, so let us summarize the different types of skill that you have to require to create visually engaging content. You need to create interactive video contents, and also you need to acquire certain skill to record and edit audio and video clips. That's also very important. And also, you must have a skill to use the social media for your professional development. So these are the some of the skills as a teacher you want to acquire if you are going to teach after this COVID-19 years. Okay, so I will just move on to our just stop that slide here. Now you can go back to the presentation screen. Right. Yeah. So what happens is it visible now? Screen is visible. WebEx screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we know that now this COVID-19 has opened a new world of learning. Now we know that everything is through online or remote work is the major paradigm shift during this COVID-19. And even the software companies and different companies and even the teachers are working through remotely. And I think the distance education, most of the classroom or the college or universities are now through the distance education mode. Distance learning mode is what the new paradigm shift is. Now, what we want to know about is that, so while we are practicing this type of distance learning mode, then the major concern is the engagement ratio of the learners. So that is the major challenge that we are going to face when we are conducting these type of remote learning or online learning. And we don't know whether the students are learning or not. Now we are all looking for the different type of assessment techniques. So maybe most of the teachers are looking there any innovative technologies or tools for assessing our students better than ever. So that is what the COVID-19 has brought. It has opened up a lot of research opportunities, right, in the area of distance learning. And that is why even the distance education department of the university itself is trying to trying to adopt this, how the distance education department or the part of the university can utilize the effectiveness of this technology for engaging the students. So this is what we have discussed, the need to skill required after this COVID-19 is. So we know that now we are all transforming into digital technology. We are all transforming from the conventional uh, chalk and board and the textbook method to the online digital learning platforms. So one thing I'm sure that if you can use this type of technology more effectively and appropriately, it may enhance. So please do remember that you must use the technology appropriately wherever it is required. And it depends on the subject or the area, or depends on the creativity of the teacher. We have different types of tools available, but as a teacher you are the one person who need to look into the thing, is that whether this technology or whether this tool is uh, good for my subject or not. So while transforming into the digital technology, it is not an easy task. You are all nowadays we are all in the traditional approach, but while transforming from the traditional method to the digital technology or a digital assisted learning methods, it is not an easy task. So we need to acquire certain skills. Lot of motivating factors are there. And what we want to do is we need to invest some time to acquire certain skills to overcome these issues and problems. So what is that is what we are now trying to promote technology enhanced learning strategies. Technology enhanced learning or a strategy means it is nothing but uh, use of technology for conceptualizing the knowledge, or a use of the technology for assessing the students or assessing the contents, or use of the technology how to collaborate, or how to present the things, or how to communicate with the students. So these are all what we call it as a technology enhanced learning. And please remember that the technology is not going to substitute the teacher. It is not possible to substitute or replace a technology uh, as teacher, but a teacher uses technology will replace a teacher who does not have or does not use any technology at all. So that will be the future. That is why all the universities and the HRDCs and the academic colleges are giving training for the teachers to use how to integrate the technology into the teaching and learning practices and activities. Now, every time everyone asks why we use the technology, the answer is nothing but because our learners or our students love technology. It is the better tool to engage them effectively. That is what the reason behind and technology, why we use the technology in the teaching and learning is. And another factor is the power of collaboration or that the technology brings us. That means now you know that I am sitting in Calicut itself. Now you are all sitting in different parts of the country. So we can all sit together in a WebEx meeting or in a Google Meet, and we can discuss it. and we can train and we can conduct a training program, or even we can conduct a hands-on experience. So that is possible with the technology. So that is why we are trying to use the technology in the teaching and learning processes. So what will be the strategy for the future? It is nothing but it's a blended learning mode. Now, teaching and learning after COVID-19 will be a blended learning mode. That means we have face-to-face sessions. We must have face-to-face sessions. Then only we can have the different aspects will be achieved, or we have different outcomes there. Those outcomes are only possible with the face-to-face sessions or with a teacher itself. And we have online learning environments. Both of them have different benefits. So we will try to blend it, or we'll try to mix it. Then such type of a teaching and learning strategy is what we call it as a blended learning is. So that is what is our the next strategy for teaching and learning is. Now let us have some hands-on experience. So I want to know that whether you are all having a digital portfolio, or whether you are all of you have a digital portfolio or not. Please respond in the chat box whether you are keeping any type of digital portfolios or a website or a personal website. Is there any such thing? Okay, Vidyasri, you have a blog. What about others? Are you maintaining any type of websites or a personal website or a digital portfolios? Only Facebook, okay. Okay, let us have a session to do that, because we are all teachers. We want to publish our contents. Okay, to the website. So maybe always wherever I am engaging any sessions, and the first question is whether you have any type of digital portfolio or not, because we are all the teachers. So we have different skills, and we have to showcase our skills to the world, and we need to publish these things. So for that we need to keep a website. So now we are going to start with a hands-on experience or a hands-on training to create a digital portfolio, how we can create a digital portfolio, right? So for that, I want an assistant from your side. I want a demonstrator, and let me have a demonstrator. Please share your name in the chat box. Anybody who does not have any type of a website or a portfolio, then we can create it right now.
I think I can assist you, sir.
Your name, Anjan. Ahana Balan.
Ahana, yes.
Okay, Ahana Balan. Now, okay, Ahana Balan is in the panelist. Oh, can you share your screen now?
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Only the presenter can share screen.
SD English, can you make the Ahana as a presenter?
One minute, sir. I'll just enable that.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. She'll be making me the presenter now.
Okay. So just share your screen first. Maybe
Okay.
it's better if you share your entire screen. That first option is enough. Okay.
Okay.
So meantime, all the other participants can uh, look. You may look into the screen and work like this way. Okay, ma'am. Can you open a new tab first
Yes, yes.
and just search for Google Sites.
Google
Google
Sites.
Sites. Google Sites. Just type Google
Portfolio.
Sites.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone, please search Google Sites in your web browser. And now you can see the first itself, it is sites.google.com. Just click on that site. Just click on that Google Sites. Ma'am, can you click on that Google Sites?
Sure,
Sites.
sure. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now you will arrive at this page. So this is the page. So may I know whether all of you got this page or not? Please update in the chat box. Yes, Christina George, okay, good. Sajitra got, okay. Is there any issue? Is there any issue? Is there any technical issues? So whether you are using a mobile phone or not, then you may have no sir. Okay. Okay. Now let us start to create. So for that, first of all, you need to click on the plus button. You can see a plus blank button. Plus blank button. So if you click on that page, then it will open a new page. So please wait. It will load.
I think my connection is a little slow, sir.
Okay. Okay, now it's okay. Now here you can see on the top left corner, you can see an untitled site. Just
Yes.
click on that untitled site and just type your name. Type your name there. Okay. Then after that, now you can edit that your page title. You can see a name like your page title. Just click on over there and try to edit that. You can delete the entire thing and you can type a new page title. Maybe your name. You can give your name or you can give a home button or something. Okay, Hana Balan, it's enough. Your name is enough. Now after that, on the right side, you can see different toolbox. in the insert tab, you can see different toolbox, right? Insert text box. You can see an insert text box. That's a
Yes,
toolbox
sir.
known as text box. Just click on that text box. Now there you can type your details, maybe your profile, a brief profile about you. Or if you want, you can give your address or a contact address or your designation, everything. If you want to go, or maybe if you want, you can click and enter the enter key, then it will go into the next line.
Okay.
So this way you can type your profile there. You can use all the formatting tools. Maybe if you want to bold the letter, or if you want to change the font and font size and italics and underline, everything is there. And if you want to change the color, these are all possible there. Okay. If you want to make it as a title, something like, then you can select the text and just click on the first box. That is now it is normal text. Then you can change the normal text into heading or a title or something like, then it will be much more larger than the current one, right? So this is how we can add a text box. Now next thing is, suppose if you want to insert an image, so what you have to do is just click on the images. On the right side toolbox, you can see an images, then you can directly upload the image. Just click on the upload button and try to upload an image.
I don't think I have any photos right now.
No, maybe you can have a different photo. It's okay.
Okay, I think I have my own picture here. Okay.
Okay. Then after that, then so now right now we have added one text box and one image. Now suppose if you want to publish this website, then what you have to do is just click on that publish button. You can see on the top right corner, you can see a publish button. Just click on that publish button. Then it will open a new window. Okay, where you can type the website address. What you want, you can type your name. Maybe you can check whether that website is available or not. In the web address, just type your name. Check whether that name is available or not. Wait. Now that name is available. That is why the tick mark is on the right side. You can see a tick mark. Okay. Now after that, just click on the publish button. Okay, now your website is published. Now you can just click on the view button, then you can view the website.
I lost the view button, sir.
Okay, now if you lost that, then you can get that website view button from the arrow mark just near to that publish button. So you can see an arrow just near to that publish button where you can see view published site. So just select that. So this is your website, the first. So once you created your website, what you have to do is just click on the publish button. So please click on the publish button. Okay, let's move on. Ahana, please carry on. So let us do the activity again. So here, can you open that editable site first, the first one?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, there. Just open the Google sites. Right.
This one or
that
this one, sir?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
the editing. Okay.
Yeah, editing.
Okay.
So right now we have added one text box and also another one text box and also one image. Okay. Now we are going to add more contents now or more pages into this website. My website is not available. So Scholars University of Kerala. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now next is let us add more pages into our website. So let us check. Is there any chance to add more pages? This is our home page. Now we are going to add more pages. So for that, just click on the pages tab. On the right side, you can see pages tab. So just click on the pages tab. Now here we have only one page, that is home page. Now you can see a plus button. You can see a plus button just below that home page. You can see a plus button. Now select a new page and just give the name as research, maybe, or teaching. Maybe we are all teachers, so we can have in our portfolio. We must have a page called teaching. So one page is for teaching. So just click on done button, and just create another page for your research. Okay. So and another page for your extension activities. Maybe you can create another page for your extension activities. Maybe you may have different type of extension activities. So let us have another page for extension. Now, can you open the teaching page? So please remember that when we edit all these things, then everything will be saved in the Google Sites. You don't need to click on another button to save all these things. So it will be automatically, it will be saved. So just open the teaching page. Then after that, just click on insert button. So when you click on the insert button, then the toolbox will be available here. Now we are going to add some video contents and some notes to our students through this website. So for that, you can select a layout. We have different layouts available in the insert tab. So just select any of the layout. Okay, maybe the first one. There you can see, click to edit your text. You can give a heading there. Suppose you are going to give a video, maybe maybe a video about something.
Okay.
Video itself. Maybe just give a text as video. Video and listening. Okay, listening skills. Now on the plus button, now we have a plus button. Just click on that plus button. Now we can upload a video, or we can say select upload an image, or you can upload insert a YouTube video. So if you have any YouTube video, then just click on YouTube. and you can directly insert any of the YouTube video related to the listening skills. Maybe you can search for any YouTube video. Or if you already uploaded any video as your own, then you can, it will be listed out in the uploaded area. Now, active listening skills. Okay, maybe that will be our first video. Then we can insert that video there. Okay. So if you want any description, you can just insert the description also. Maybe you can give a small description about that activity or video content, or you can give some instruction to the students. Meanwhile, all the other participants, please do all these things in your laptop or mobile phone. Okay. So this is now we have added one video. Now, if you want to add more, then you can again select another layout. Suppose if you want to add like a gallery items or something, now here we can add 2 videos, 2 or any type of other than video. You can add a file, or you can add a image or something, anything else you can add. You can upload all the contents, or you can insert anything from your Google Drive also. Right? If your Google Drive contain any type of document or a picture or an image or a video, then you can directly insert those data from the Google Drive into your Google Sites page. Okay. So everyone, please try to insert at least one video in your teaching page. Now, similarly, you can edit your research page also. So you can see, if you want to find your research page, just scroll up and click on the research page and try to insert these type of things. Suppose if you want to insert your research paper into your website, maybe if you are already published any paper, then if you would like to share that paper with the others, then you can directly share through your website. So that is, if your paper is in your Google Drive, then you can directly share that page. Or if you want to share the link, then you can share the link. Suppose if you know that your published paper link is available in somewhere else in the website, then you can directly paste the link. For that, just select the text box, just insert the text box. Then you can type the name of the paper and just link that paper with the link address. Maybe my first paper, maybe given title as my first paper, for example. Okay, my publications, maybe something like. Then you can give the name of the or the title of your paper and all the details. Then after that, you can just link that. You can place a link of your page publication also. Maybe if you have any paper, then you can just paste the name of the paper there. Any publication, if you have, then you can. Okay. Maybe you can give a heading as my publications first. Then after that, just give the name of the paper. You can make it as bold. And just use the okay, title. I can make the title. Okay, good. And after that, you can use the bullets or numbers or something. That's also good. Numbered list. Okay. Okay. Now just select the paper. Just the name of the select the name of the paper. Or you can give a name like view maybe a view, and just click on that link icon. You can see a link icon.
Okay. Okay.
No. First select.
Okay.
First select the text, then link.
Okay.
Click on insert link. Then you can directly paste the link here. No. On the bottom side, you can see a link. Just paste the link. Link of your paper, research paper.
Okay. Okay. This is
Maybe-
not published yet, so I can't give.
Okay. You can give https:/keralauniversity.ac.in, maybe something like,
Okay.
just to demonstrate how the link will works. http // keralauniversity.ac.in. Okay, then apply.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now after that, now you need to publish the website. Just click on the publish button. No. First publish. First click on publish button. Okay. Now click on got it. Then after that, again once more click on publish button. Just click on got it. Okay.
Each time publish, sir.
Okay. Once you finished all your work, then you need to publish. Then only the public can access your website.
Okay.
The
So
changes will
each
be.
time we add something, each time changes are made, we need to publish it.
No. Whenever you feel that now I am ready, now this page is need to be published, then you can click on the publish button.
Okay.
Okay. എല്ലാ ചേഞ്ചസ് വരുത്തുന്ന ഓരോ ചേഞ്ച് വരുന്നതിന് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. You can publish after completing all the work, then you can click on the publish button.
Okay.
Now can you share your link in the chat box? Then everyone
Sure,
please
sir.
try whether it is working or not. Just paste. Everyone please try to click on that website whether it is working or not. Yes, it is available. Working. Fine. It is directly redirected to Kerala University website. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so this way we can add new pages in our website. Mithuna ma'am, you are not yet published your website. That's why the address looks like this way. So please publish. Okay, Bendy, check. Okay or not. Yeah, Bentley B, it's okay. It's working. Your website is working. Please try to add more pages. To add more pages, just click on pages and insert new pages. Insert pages by clicking on the plus button. Okay. So again, Hannah, now let us try to explore more tools in these Google sites. We have insert. In the insert button, you can see. So can you click on that insert button? Now, if you want, you can embed any type of content in your website. That's possible with embed key. And again, if you scroll down, you can see another tool. If you want to embed any website or any embed code, you can directly embed it. Now, if you scroll down, you can see there are collapsible text. And if you want to insert any table of contents, or if you want to use an image show or an image slideshow, that is also possible with image carousel. And if you want to insert any buttons by using a button, and different type of tools are available. Now, suppose if you want to share any Google document, then you can directly insert a Google Docs in your website. So just click on the docs and insert it. So just click on docs, and if you have any Google Docs in your Google Drive, then you can directly insert those documents into the your website, Google site. So this way you can create your personal website, or if you want to share the workshop details in the website, then you can directly insert this activity. So everyone can watch this document through the website if that document is publicly available. If it is private, if that document is private in your Google Drive, then it will not be shared, meaning that the owner of the file need to give the permission to access those files, right? Yes. Next, after finishing or completing all those things, then you can click on the publish button. Now, please remember that if you are a teacher, if you want to share the contents with your student, if you are taking any class to your distant education students, then what you can do is you can maintain a website like this and create a page for your paper and try to share your contents through that website, right? So I think if you do not have any type of a learning management system or platforms for you, then you can directly use this type of tools. Okay, so that is another one method to connect with your students. Anyway, I hope all of you have created on website. Then if you have added some contents, now you have a permanent address in your in the internet domain. So your website address, if you want to copy the website address, you can see the website link is there. See, Ahana ma'am, you can see there is an undo button, redo button, and after that you can see the link button also. Now if you click on the link button, then you can directly copy the link address. So this is your website address, sites.google.com, then view/Ahana. So that is your website address. So if you share this website with anyone else, then they can access all the contents in your website, right?
Yeah.
So that is how to publish a website, or how to create a digital portfolio. So every teacher must have a digital portfolio. So Google site is one tool to create such type of digital portfolio. This way you can maintain a website for yourself, or your personal website. You can maintain a personal website, or you can maintain a website for your department. And even you can share or you can add new collaborators to develop this website. So that is also possible with Google Sites. You can see a plus button there. Plus, see there is a plus share button. Share with others. If you click on that share with others, then you can directly add the collaborators. Suppose if your other teacher also want to add some contents into your website, then you can add a collaborator. Suppose if you are trying to develop a website for your distance education department, then you can create a page, a website for the distance education department, and after that you can add some collaborators. Maybe you can add Lal sir, and you can add other teachers, and everyone can add or contribute contents into that website. So that is the beauty of the Google site. Okay. So okay, if you want, you can make him as an editor, or you can make him as a viewer, or as a commenter. So such type of things can be added. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I hope all of you have created their own website, or you have got some idea about how to create a digital portfolio. Now let's move on. Next is I want to show you one tool to create a beautiful brochures, or a presentations, or a something like infographics. Suppose if you are creating any PowerPoint slides or something like, then we need to create some infographics, or an interactive contents, or visually engaging contents. That is very important while we are preparing a PowerPoint slide or something like. Then how to create such type of contents. Okay. Now I want another demonstrator. Maybe so there are some others in the panel list. Maybe Christina Georgie is again in the panel list, or anyone from the participants. I want a demonstrator who is ready to demonstrate.
If
So next
anybody
is,
would like to volunteer, we can make you a presenter. If anybody
okay,
would like to, okay, I think Sanchita
Sanchita,
ma'am
okay.
wants. Okay, please give me a second. Ashwati.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Sanchita ma'am. So please make Sanchita ma'am as a presenter. Okay, Sanchita ma'am. Now, can you share your screen, Sanchita Joshua? Okay. Okay. So click on share button and share. Choose the first one, first option. Sanchita, are you okay now? Just unmute, check whether it's possible or not. Okay,
Hello, sir.
Sanchita. Yes, Sanchita, okay. Sanchita, can you share your screen? To share your screen, just click on the share button.
I clicked on the share button.
Okay, then select the first option. On the top, you can see a first option. That's just select
Screen
that.
one.
Okay.
Is that screen one, sir?
Yeah, screen one. Okay, now it's okay. It's working. Okay, now you're starting to share. Okay. Now, to create something like those infographics, we'll use another tool. Okay, can you open a new tab? Can you open a new tab? Okay, there, just type canva.com. Canva, I will, Canva, C-A-N-V-A, Canva. It's enough, canva.com. Okay, just search. So this is the website that we are going to use, canva.com. So in order to use this website, what you have to do is just first you need to sign up in this website. So just click on the sign up button. So sign up with Google is enough. Just click on sign up with Google. So just select one Google account. It is better you have to maintain a general public Google account for a login or sign upping with these type of websites. We can create any number of Google accounts. Okay, so just select at present you can select any of this account. You just wait. So we have created. So you are a teacher. Just select teacher. Okay. Maybe later. Just click on maybe later. That's fine. Now let us create a brochure or something. Okay, just skip this step also. You can see a skip. Now let us start to design a brochure or a poster or a presentation or whatever you want. You can design with Canva. Okay, maybe if you want to maybe if you are conducting any programs or workshop, then we will design these posters and brochures from the outside designers. But by using this Canva, it is very easy to create such type of posters and brochures, right? Yes. So what we are going to do is, ma'am, just click anywhere outside this window. Just skip this step first, or you can select a poster first. Just select a poster. Yeah. So now we are going to create a poster. So just wait, it is loading. Now you can select any of the template. So there are different templates are available. On left hand side you can see different templates. So just select any of the template. If you scroll down, you can see, just scroll your mouse, then you can see the different types. Or if you want, you can search for any template according to your taste. If it is something related to any subject, oh, okay. If it is that, then you can just click on that skip tool also. Just skip that tool. So this is the page. Now here we can edit all these contents. You can edit everything. Suppose if you want to change the text, you can. If you want to adjust the pictures, you can. So can you click on that images? somewhere else in the corner you can see one image. Okay, just drag that image. Okay, if you want to remove it, then you can, or if you want to place it somewhere else, then you can. Everything is possible, right?
Okay, sir.
Or if you want to delete it, or it's okay, you can delete the each and every pixel. And anyway, if you want to insert another element, you can see there are different elements are there. You can see that element toolbox on the left hand side. You can see elements. Left side, you can see elements. Just select elements and search for an element. Just search what type of image, or it contains millions of images elements. If you want to insert any shape, that shape is there. If you want to insert any images, yeah. If you want to insert a one flower, okay, you can insert. You can place it. You just click and drag. Or if you want to rotate it, you can rotate. Adjust it. Now, if you want to add more pages, you can just select add page. Then you can insert new page. Suppose I want another page, and you can insert another template for that page. Second page may be different from the first page. Suppose you just select the template, just click on the template, select another template. Okay, that page has different template. This way you can design n number of pages, and you can design a beautiful brochures or posters. So don't wait for the designer, right? We can create our own brochures and our own even if you are maintaining any Google YouTube channel or something, you can create a YouTube thumbnail, channel thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail. You can create by using this type of Canva tool. Or if you are conducting any workshop, then you can create a brochure for that. Maybe we are normally we design a threefold type workshop brochures. So we can create such type of brochures. After that, you can just download this brochure. There is a download button. And can you see that download button? Yes, you just click on that download. Okay, then you can just download as a PDF. Yes, PDF is there, standard PDF or PDF for it contains 2 pages. Now you have the download button. On the bottom, you can see the download button in blue color. Maybe you are this screen sharing. Now it is pay and one image is yeah. See here, it shows one image is the paid version image. It contains some images which are having the premium version image. So we will just try to delete that image. So just scroll up, ma'am. In our first page, it contained one paid image. So we'll remove that paid image. So this image is a paid image. The first one, that left corner. Okay, just select that image. Just select. Just click on that image. No, not that. On the left corner, on top left corner, you can see. Can you click top left corner? You can see. Yeah, just select and delete. Just remove it. Okay. It is better if you minimize this WebEx. There is a minimize button. Okay, you can directly remove that.
Just this
Once you
portion,
click,
sir, or the whole
no, no,
picture?
no, that element can be removed. Just select that element and just hit. Oh yeah. No. Just undo. Control Z. In keyboard you can use Control Z. Okay, just select that image
This portion, sir?
and press delete button.
But then the whole
Delete
page.
key.
Uh,
No,
the
press
whole thing
delete.
goes.
No. Press the delete key in your keyboard. Once again, please do the yeah. Or right click it. Yeah, it's okay. Now it's deleted. Now let us try again. Because in Canva it contains some images are now another image is there. One more image is there. Is that? Just select that image. No, not that. I think that this one. Yeah.
Is it the flower, sir?
Yeah. That one. Maybe that one. Okay. Just try. One
No,
more
it still
image.
says pay and
Some of the images are paid. That's why contains 3 or 4 images. So if you remove those images, and we can in the element side you can see different images which are of free. We can insert those free images, right?
Okay.
So maybe if you delete the first this entire page, can you delete the entire page? Let us check whether it is now there. Now can you check whether it is able to download the second page only?
It still says
contains,
pay and
yeah, it contains some images. Okay, so it's better to use the free images, because some of the templates contain paid images. So if we are clever to remove those paid images and insert our own images, then we can design it, right? So, or you can select the template which are of free templates. So can you select the template there? Check whether that template is free or not. If you place your mouse button over that template, then it will says it is free. So just select free. So that is free. So just select that free. Everything in that template will be free. Okay.
sir.
So now try to download it. Maybe the first page is overwritten. Now try to download. Click on download. Now you can see the download, right?
Okay.
Because that template is free. Now you can edit the same. If you want to change that image, you can change. If you want to insert your own image, you can upload your own image. There is an upload option is there. Upload, there is an option known as upload. So you can insert, on the left side, you can see photos and upload.
Okay.
Just below that template, you can see upload option is there. And there is in photos also there. So just select photos. If you want to insert any photo, then you can. And you can search for any photo. Say, for example, if you want to search a photo of a forest, then you can search and find the photo and check whether that photo is free or not. Now check whether is there any image. Oh yeah, that those images are free. So you are free to use those type of images. So this way we can you can create beautiful brochures. Okay, ma'am. Now can you click on the home button again?
Which button, sir?
Home button. You can see file and home button.
Okay.
Yeah, just select home button. So everything is saved. All your designs are saved at if you want to see your designs, you can see, if you scroll down, you can see your designs. in the your designs tab, you can see this is your design. Right?
Okay, sir.
Earlier we have designed something like that. You can access those. Now in the home button, if you scroll up, you can see the different type of design. One, it is presentation, right? No. Presentation is there. Can you click on the presentation? No, not that. The main presentation button. Again, just go back to the home button. Just click on home. Yeah, second one, home button. Yeah, presentation. Here we have presentation. Talking presentation is just like a video recording, right? You can create a video lecture using Canva. You can create presentations using different types of infographics available in Canva, and you can record your video also, and directly record the video and upload the video. That is possible with Canva. Just try to explore the more about these type of tools, right? And if you want to do something with the social media, so can you click on the social media? There you can, if you want any Facebook post, you can design your own Facebook post or Instagram storyboard. That is possible. Or if you want to create any Facebook cover or a YouTube channel thumbnail, different options are there. Different templates are there. Just try to edit and insert or just change the text box or something like. Now, can you check and again in the search box? Can you search for a brochure? Brochure. Just type brochures. Okay. Now we have, yeah. Just select any of the size. Okay.
Shall I click on
You can,
this, sir?
yeah, sure. The size of the brochure is there, or if you want a Z type folded brochure. Now select any of the template which is free. So just search for a free template and just edit. So these are all free templates. Just select the free template and try to edit it. So it's very easy to create brochures using Canva. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's another tool to use. Okay. Now let's move on. Now another tool is I will. Okay, ma'am. Next tool is okay. Now you can stop sharing. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So everyone, please try to create a brochure or a poster using Canva. And try to download it. Okay. Okay, Pinky Anthony has created. I will just check if it's working or not. Okay, beautiful, Pinky ma'am. Okay. She has created a brochure about blended learning of School of Distance Education, University of Kerala. Okay, fine. Okay, this way you can create brochures and posters for your programs or something like this. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Now, okay, it's fine. Now let's move on. Now next is okay. I will present my screen. Okay, host, can you make me as a presenter?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay, next tool is while we are conducting online classroom sessions. So a whiteboard is very important. So when we conduct any type of online classroom sessions, a whiteboard tool for a teacher and student is very important. Now here I am introducing a new type of a whiteboard. So this is somewhat different from your Jamboard. Now let's move on to the WebEx. Now you can see this is the board. This is the teacher board, and after that you can see there are number of student whiteboards are available. Now I can monitor the real-time activity of each and every student here. So what these students are doing. Now here you can see DS is not active in this work. Now still through the work here, right? And Sohara BV's whiteboard contains no picture, right? And Safwana has not just answered that addition of two numbers only, but maybe some technical difficulty maybe she may have. That's why. So again, as a teacher, I can download all the whiteboards, save all the whiteboards as a PDF. That's also possible. Even I can invite any other co-teacher to this whiteboard, and again I can push or I can kick a student out of the classroom also. That's also possible. Also I can copy the this same whiteboard into as a teacher whiteboard, and this is what we call it as a whiteboard is. So normally we use a Jamboard, Google Jamboard to conduct online classroom sessions. But if you use a whiteboard.fi, then what we can do is we can give some work to the students and ask the students to do that activity, and we can monitor in real time. So that is what the whiteboard tool is all about. So I will just close this whiteboard. Now everyone please try to, now I will close all the, and even I can clear the whiteboards of all the students. I can clear all the student whiteboards. That's also possible. Now I'm going to close the room. So I will just close the room. Now you are all out of the classroom, whiteboard room. Now what you can do is, everyone please try to create a whiteboard using whiteboard.fi. You just click on that whiteboard.fi website, and then you can click on this new class button. You can create a new whiteboard by clicking on this new class. So just click on new class and just give your name here, and after that create a new class. Then if you give any name here, say for example I've given one name here and I created new class. Now you will get a link here. So this is the link, whiteboard.fi with some code. So you can just copy the URL and just share the URL in the chat box. Okay, everyone please share the link of your own whiteboard here. Okay, I have got 3, 4. Okay, what about others? Okay, Vasanthi. Now others, if you want, you can. Okay, yeah. We have number of boards are here. Okay. Okay, this way we can create whiteboards, right? So this is another tool to create interactive classroom sessions, and we will look at more interactive classroom tools in the next session also, right? So anyway, yes. Now, let us, so that's our presentation. Share my presentation again here. So that is what the whiteboard.fi is, right? Now, just keeping all these things, you know the beauty of Google Drive and Google Offices, right? Try to explore more about Google Offices. Maybe you may familiar with this Google Docs and Google Sheets and Google Slides. Okay. Now, that's all now. Now, if you have any doubts or any questions, you may ask.
If you have any questions, you can let us know in the chat box and we'll unmute you.
Is there any questions? Regarding any of these tools? In whiteboard, not whiteboard.com, it is whiteboard.fi. Yes, we can create audio and video itself. In Canva, you can create a PowerPoint presentation with both audio and video, right? Both is possible. Both audio and video is possible. Now, the last thing is when we are now we studied 2 or 3 tools here. Now, always we are all looking for one platform to integrate all these tools together. So the answer to that question is the learning management system. So a learning management system is nothing but it's a web-based digital learning platform, which is mainly used for to manage and planning and implement all and assess all aspects of learning. So it's a website or it's a software which can be used for managing all these contents. So basically, in any learning management system, it must contain different. It will serve you these type of roles, and it must have some provision to deliver the content, and it may contain something to master the courses, and it may contain some roles for the instructors and students, and it has some tools for conducting examinations and practices, and there are some tools for assignments, and also there are some tools for tracking the progress of your learner, and also there are some course collaboration tools like we have conducted some whiteboards is already integrated, and some tools for delivering the content or sharing the videos, and everything is integrated in this platform. Even the whiteboard.fi if you want to integrate the whiteboard.fi into this platform, it is possible. We can integrate it. Even if you want to share your website or address or something like, then it is possible. And if you want to use the contents from the Canva, then it is possible. And everything can be integrated into one single area, and that is what we call it as a learning management system is. There are a lot of learning management system softwares available. Okay, one example is Moodle. Moodle is a open source learning management system software, and it is completely free. We can install Moodle for free, and in your own server. If you have a server, then you can server Moodle on your own server, and you can you don't need to pay any license fee for using the Moodle. So that is why we can call it as a Moodle is a completely free. And another open source candidate is Canvas, not Canva, it is Canvas. Canvas and Moodle are two open source learning management system platforms. Now you can see during this COVID lockdown period, almost all the universities and colleges in the entire world are using these two, either of these two. Maybe around 70% of the world learning management system market is with either with Canvas or with either with a Canvas and a Moodle. And the third area is by a Blackboard. Blackboard is another learning management system, but it is a licensed one. You need to pay for the Blackboard. Blackboard is not just like our Blackboard, it's a company name, it's a Blackboard learning management system. So these are the three different types of learning management systems.